Let's bring it in. Gather around. I was in the Army for many years, and during my time, I saw the complete failure of leaders, and not anybody in particular, but as an entire force. So this message is to any leader, military, law enforcement, or whatever group or organization that you're a part of. This is for leaders. How can you lead people if you're not willing to set the example? And that's a cliche word, but I use it all the time because it was part of a creed that I tried to live my entire life by, and I still do to this day. Set the example for others to follow. But I'm going to continue on, and this is geared more towards military, law enforcement, or the tactical community. But it can also be applied to a commercial or business mindset. How are you able to prepare your subordinates if you're not willing to actually put in the work? When you're conducting a layout, just saying you're good, but then you get out to the field on day 2, you find out that so-and-so, he packed 1 pair of socks, 1 t-shirt, forgot his wet weather top, but he brought 6 vapes, a log of dip, and some Cheez-Its. That's what he packed. You failed. I see it nonstop at every level of the military, from top to bottom, conventional, unconventional, soft, whatever you can imagine. It happens all the time. Leaders failing to actually be proactive. They want to get off work, go see their family. I get it. Family is everything. But at the same time, it has gotten to the point to where in the military, now this is one extreme to the other. So in the military, people are just chasing the, hey, 1700 rolls around, let's get out of here, commander says we can go. First sergeant, hey, we can go, right? Let's get back to actually conducting proper PCCs and PCIs. Let's get back to actually doing a hip pocket training. And the hip pocket training can be something as simple as, hey, this is how you do a sector sketch. Because go across, hey, go ask your privates, go ask your soldiers, go ask your guys, oh, draw me a sector sketch. Let's see what you got. Let's see how that turns out. Hey, ask them what the troop leading procedures are. Let's see how that goes, right? How about patrol-based activities? This is the stuff that's going to matter in an actual war, not fighting in the mountains, fighting in indigenous people that are like not an actual army, right? And I hate to say it, look at Ukraine and Russia, right? Trench warfare, actual patrolling, actually setting up patrol bases, or any type of actual war where you're not fighting in insurgency. This can be also applied to in an office space. How are you going to give a quota to, say, your sales team, to where they need to make X amount of sales, this much product, this, that, and the other, but you're not giving them the proper tools, equipment, or training to accomplish that? You're just assuming that they're going to bring in $400,000 worth of sales to the organization or to the business. Okay, well, do you have proper understandings of how the software works, or how to properly place an order efficiently, so whenever you can get all that line of product ordered in a timely manner to get it back to the customer or the consumer, right? The same can be applied back to the military. NCOs and officers are straight up just failing across the force. Now, don't get me wrong. There are countless amazing leaders out there. But as always, you see the negative. You see what's wrong with the force, or you see the bad side. But I will say, over the years, and I did this for many, many years, I saw much more negative, lousy, piss poor leaders or NCOs that were just all about, hey, when's that 1700 hitting? Let me go get some drinks. Drinks are fun. I get it. I drank. I used to drink a lot. I used to abuse some prescription pills. It's just part of it, right? Not really part of it, but it's a path that we go down when certain stuff occurs or you get hurt. But we were in a time when we could almost not really get away with it, but there was not like a real threat. And that's an excuse that we all make. I made that excuse. Why would we not want to become better? Why would we not want your platoon or your team or your squad or your group? Why would you not want everybody to be the absolute best, right? Why not give them the tools? Why would you set them up for failure? Setting yourself up for failure. It's just something to think about. And we need to get back into actually training. And I can say this openly now because who's going to get mad at me? I get no repercussions for saying this. The NCO Corps, the Officer Corps, whatever you want to call it, is lacking and is failing across the force. And it's not just conventional, it's soft, and it's everything alike. Just go look at the hype videos that get put out. You can see what's wrong. It looks cool, it looks fancy. It's not the way to do it. Get back to some of the basics. Let's actually train, lead, develop, and mentor our subordinates, our peers. Because you do got to mentor your peers. It happens. Not everybody is a leader, but at the same time, you can mentor your peers to become better so they are better for their soldiers. And I'm not a motivational speaker or by any means, but this is just real. And it needs to be addressed, and it needs to start at, let's just say, the lowest level. Let's say, I'm not going to say privates. I'm going to say the specialist, because when I was a specialist, I guarantee that I had dudes that looked up to me because deployed already. You got freaking experience. You got a CIB. You got jump wings, whatever you got. It needs to start at the specialist level. So why wouldn't you as a specialist want to mentor the two guys in your team to become better? If you learn something from Sergeant First Class so-and-so who was on a specific team, or he was on whatever, he taught you something that was out of the normal wheelhouse, but he explained to it being positive, beneficial. Maybe it's a way to set up a different type of claymore, or maybe it's a way to set up your charge different, or to pack your ruck, right? It's just something that you can do as an individual at the lowest level all the way up. When I say get back to the basics, doctrine is key, but things can get built on to becoming better. But you cannot progress past that without being doctrinally sound. Think about it. We need to become better, and that's the entire force. That's the entire career fields, business, law enforcement, everything in between. And I'm speaking mainly on the military side because it's what I did for so long. Take it for what it's worth. Become an asset. Set the example for others to follow. If you don't know how to do something, there is countless other experienced people out there that are eager to actually help you or mentor you. Reach out to people that you actually look up to or that you have seen being a true leader. Reach out to them. I guarantee that if they are a true leader, they will be honored to answer any questions, give any type of guidance that you have. I have had guys that I haven't talked to in 16 years that have messaged me that have been like, hey, man, I would do anything to have kept working for you, or be whatever. What do you recommend in this situation? I got a private that is going through this. What should I do? And I'm honored by that. I really, truly am. So go out there and become the asset.